ORB, a sci-fi story for kids.
Note to parents, I do believe aliens exist, but I side with Uncle David on this one. Genesis 6 is pretty clear there are extraterrestrial, interdimensional beings capable of coming to Earth and mingling with human flesh. That's very weird, but that's what we know about angels. What we also know about these beings is that there are some good and some bad. We also know God made them all and uses them all regardless of whether they rebelled against Him. Alas, the deceitful spirits do tend to come and deceive men into thinking aliens are real. Look it up. There are plenty of alien encounters with beings, demons, offering enlightenment and knowledge about the origins of time and all other kinds of things. These beings often have names. Sometimes they form religions. Other times they come with orbs. 1 Peter 5 verse 7, Matthew 19 verse 26, Revelation 21 verse 3, 1 Corinthians 1 24 and 30, Genesis 1 verse 27, Jude 1 verse 6, Job 1 verses 6 through 12, Galatians 1 verse 8, Revelation 15 verse 3, Jude 1 verse 25, Psalm 14 verse 1. Christ's redemptive work on the cross being applicable for alien kinds. He put forth this idea in his space trilogy, namely in the second book, Paralandra. I like that idea. Christ is king after all, and if he made a race of aliens on another planet that held sentience, he surely would handle their redemption also. However, as much as I like that idea, I do not think it is so. I do not believe there are sentient aliens out there other than angelic forces. Could there be non-sentient life like animals on other planets? Absolutely. In fact, there probably is. Why not? Perhaps God enjoys their simple, uncorrupted dealings with one another. Perhaps. The theory of evolution would suggest that there must be other things that evolved out there. In fact, most of the upper echelons of the evolutionary theory cannot escape the fingerprints of God in creation and have to resort to attributing our existence's origins to aliens. Yikes! Talk about an argument built on sand. At the end of the day, God's supremacy is over all things, and I do hope I handled this topic faithfully. I hope that if, or perhaps when, the deception of alien life is presented to you, you do not question the existence of God. Even if these aliens came with an explanation, or even some kind of conjured proof of a no-God universe, reject it. I heard a pastor say once, if he encountered this, if aliens came down and could prove God didn't exist, he'd reject his faith and say there probably is no God. Remember the words of King David under the influence of God when he wrote in the 14th Psalm, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no God." Scripture references and citations in this story include, by order of appearance, Colossians 1:16, Genesis 15:5, Exodus 20 verse 11, Romans 5:18 through 19, Psalm 19 verse 1, Genesis 3 1 through 6, Isaiah 14 12 through 13, 1 John 3 verse 8, Genesis 6 1 through 5, Luke 10 verse 18, Job 38 4 through 7, John 14 verse 6, 2 Peter 1 verse 3, Genesis 1 1, Hebrews 1 verse 3, Acts 17 26 through 28, Psalm 139 7 through 8, 2 Peter 3 verse 9, Genesis 28 verse 12, Deuteronomy 14 verse 21, Isaiah 61 verse 5, Lamentations 5 verse 2, Luke 6 verse 31, Matthew 10 verse 28, 2 Corinthians 1 verse 3, 1 Peter 5 verse 7, Matthew 19 verse 26, Revelation 21 verse 3, 1 Corinthians 1 24 and 30, Genesis 1 verse 27, Jude 1 verse 6, Job 1 verses 6 through 12, Galatians 1 verse 8, Revelation 15 verse 3, Jude 1 verse 25, Psalm 14 verse 1. For more from me, join my email list. You'll also get a free book, which is not necessarily for kids. God bless.